right, so the screen should be going loud and clear. Everybody says loud and clear. I'm showing my screen now, so hopefully you can all see my screen. Mario, I'm not sure if you can see my screen, but let's make sure everybody's hearing me and seeing the screen. Looks like it's happening. All right. Excellent, very good. All right, so where is everybody from? This is always fun for me. I always love to know where people are hanging out from. So just real quick, while we get up and going here, put in, country. If you want to put in, city and state or something like that. Let me hear where you guys are all from. It's always fun to find out where you're from. We got Florida, Texas, Montana, Utah, California, Washington State, all over the place. Fantastic. North Carolina. I love that place. Hi, Sandra. Fort Lauderdale. Love that too. Had an event there a few years ago and fell in love with Fort Lauderdale. Chicago, Atlanta, all over the place. Very cool. Toronto. All right. We got somebody from outside the country here. Very cool. Gulf Shores, New York, Long Beach. All right. Georgia. Excellent. All right. So for everybody who's joined today from all over the place and obviously all over the world, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy day here to sit with me for a minute and talk a little bit about what we're doing here with the iPro Network in the training. Now, this is something that I covered at the event here just about 2 weekends ago. Time's flying very fast. Got to stop and think because we're moving pretty quick. But I did want to get a chance to talk, and when I had the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing here and share some of this and make sure everybody got a chance to see it, I jumped at the chance to talk to you good people about what we're doing here and what is available. So I want to kind of go over and kind of introduce you to the e-commerce family of products that is part of the iPro Network. For those of you who may have heard some of this, great. I'm going to try to get a little bit more detail into it. For those of you who haven't, I do want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to hear a little bit more. So let me shut down some additional applications and stuff going on here in the background, make sure that nothing is going to distract. I just noticed I had a couple extra things open here. Where are they at? All right, let's quit some of these things. And let's make sure nobody needs to know what's going on with the calendar there. So let's close that down. And we're going to do that too. All right, so let's talk about these and talk about these in a little bit more detail. I'm actually going to show you the products themselves. I'm going to show you what they're about. If you guys ask questions here along the way, I will try to talk a little bit about that as well. All right. So starting out from left to right, we have different types of product opportunities for different types of folks. That is going to be really kind of an aptitude thing. It's really what you're interested in doing because e-commerce is so broad in its opportunity that's why we have all of these different products and softwares. It's from people who are interested in selling physical products, digital products through e-commerce, combinations of those products, or even software. So that's some of the stuff we're going to share here with you guys. So I want to kind of make sure that we get through all this. I'm going to widen this screen out here just a little bit just to make sure that no one's missing anything. All right. I thought that's supposed to be on quiet. Make sure all of my stuff is shut down. Make sure all your stuff is shut down. So you guys all pay attention. I'm trying to close down all these messages windows so no one else is being distracted, right? All right. So we are talking about the different kinds of products from beginning to end. So Ecom Product Blueprint is really geared at those who are interested in learning how to do arbitrage. Now, that is in essence buying low and selling high. You know the concept. You may have done it in some instance. You may have done it through selling products you have. You may have done it through selling other people's products. You may have found something at a garage sale or an antique site or whatever, and you may have sold it on Craigslist. You may have bought a car you turned around and sold for a couple thousand more than you purchased it. That's all arbitrage, right? So what Ecom Product Blueprint does is it teaches you how to do it in an online format. Now, once you're logged in to the back office, there is a membership training site here where you are able to actually log in and get access to the training. There's a great introduction video that kind of walks you through here. And then there are 80 plus videos that are going to take you through the different areas. It's basically going to introduce you on how to start this. Okay, the question, where do I start, gets answered in these videos. And you want to pay attention to those so you can kind of understand what is going on in this training. And then we're going to tell you about putting physical products on autopilot. All right. So in that essence, some of the done for you stuff we talked about in here, some of the steps for fulfillment. Okay. Now, this training is considered a VIP training and gives you access to everything. that's in it, all access to all modules, all of the content available. You'll be able to go through our different webinar trainings, and you're able to see exactly some of the topics here about running physical presence, updating, getting stuck in growth strategies, the whole retail arbitrage model of going in here, how to invest, how to get going, where to find products, what to look at for potential profits. Here's some of the mistakes you shouldn't make. And this gets very detailed. A lot of good content. Okay, we've had thousands of people come through this and having great success, making just some making full-time incomes, some making side incomes to just add in to their whole opportunity for whatever it is they're doing in their life, right? We've got retired couples. We have young people. We have stay-at-home moms, right, who are able to do this. If you do have an interest in understanding some of the product opportunities, you can click on the live chat. We do have some what are called lots, not always available, but we do at times from the warehouse in Utah. Through our vendor relationship, you have the ability to look at some of the products if you don't come up with products of your own. So that's where that section actually goes through, and you connect with the live chat, and they can tell you or connect you with the warehouse and get you that opportunity as well. And then we go in depth through the Amazon training. This is cool, right? So this is where you get into moving physical products in a virtual setting. Now, what does that mean? It means that, for example, I could go to Walmart.com. I could find a physical product they're selling for $5.95, right? I could go over to eBay, or I could go to Amazon, and I could sell that same product for maybe $10, $12, $15 on those other networks. So on those other marketplaces. And so what I can do is I can arbitrage those products. So I can take the lower selling Walmart product, I can sell it on another marketplace. When someone purchases it from eBay, then I can ship it from Walmart to the person who purchased it. And I basically become the middleman moving product across platforms. We teach you how to do that and how to scale that, okay? So that's where the training goes through here, and teaching you how to build that blueprint, okay? Teaches you how to actually go through eBay, understand how to set up a good account and actually utilize the account successfully to do your selling. There's a lot of details in here, folks. It gives you all of the common mistakes, all of the gotchas, things we learned. There is all the information you need to be successful with this type of model. And then finally, we've got any, frequently asked questions about the actual training itself, about expectations, about, even setting up some business stuff is all captured within that training. So very comprehensive and a lot of information to get you really in depth with arbitrage at the e-com product blueprint level, okay? So hopefully that will give you some good opportunity as to what that particular product is doing. Again, over 100 videos showing you the power and the steps of moving through that, okay? So then if you want to move to the private label side, that's where the eCom Pro Academy comes in. Now, private label, for those of you who know, it means that you are creating a brand that you own. And in that brand could be multiple different kinds of products, okay? For example, Nike is a brand, and they have 100+ different variations and shoes in their brand, and that's considered a private label. You can create a private label. We've created multiple private labels and companies that support private label products where we have branded those products. We have created multiple products inside of that brand, and we've been selling them across multiple marketplaces. The eCom Pro Academy with the Amazon Live training teaches you how to build a brand in Amazon. So how many of you are aware that you can actually sell products on Amazon? Give me a yes in the screen here on the question side if you are aware that you could actually sell products in Amazon. Awesome. Quite a few of you are recognizing that. Some of you are not, but that's cool. So the question then becomes, well, how do I do that? And the answer is, it's actually not as complicated as you think. Of course, it has some complexity like most things, but it's not rocket science at the end of the day. And we teach you all the different fundamental pieces of that. And there are a couple of different things we do in here. There are the Amazon training portion itself, which has a very detailed level of training, over 8 sessions being taught by our coaches and by us to show you how to actually start building a private label business using Amazon's ecosystem, which is extremely cool because you use and leverage the power and authority of Amazon, which is enormous. And I know that there are many of you on this call who have bought something from Amazon, right? And you're Prime members, I'm sure of it, right? We have Subscribe and Save. We buy all kinds of stuff. And I was jokingly talking about this at the event about how many diapers I've spent with my family in the years. I don't know if Mauro, you were remembering that from the event and paid attention, but we had like over $70,000 in diapers. And I know you got a lot of kids too, dude. So I'm sure you have also spent a lot of money on diapers, and we spent a lot of money on Amazon with diapers. So now I don't sell private label diapers, just so we're clear. I could have done that a long time ago, I suppose, but that's a huge market. So the training itself goes through 8 different modules, taking you from the beginners to the advanced understanding of how to build a business from start to private label. And that gives you the ability to understand how to source it, where to source the products, examples of how to source, the logistics of sourcing, because some of that may sound big and hairy in terms of its opportunity, in terms of what you can do. But at the end of the day, once you do the process and you understand how it works and you follow along with the training, it is not, again, rocket science, but there's a process to understanding how it works. And we walk you through each session about building your private label empire, okay? And all of these sessions were done here just recently, so the content is completely up to date, teaching you everything you need to know about building your Amazon business successfully. Now, I've had over 500 people go through that training course. Many of them have gone on to build private label empires. Even a number of them did so well, they started their own training courses on how to do it because they were doing so successful. They wanted to give back and train other people. So there is a lot of money to be made in private label. Amazon is a great starting and validation point for products, and then you can take them even farther out. Now, at the time we're talking here, Amazon has just recently purchased Whole Foods. And so as we think forward and we watch what's happening trends-wise, we could see them moving products from Amazon backwards into the Whole Foods channel, offering a lot of other retail opportunities that weren't there previously. Through that network. And frankly, Amazon is just going to take over the world as far as I'm concerned, and the way they're going. We may have to work on a monopoly situation here soon with them. So just recently we had the summit for training on Ecom Pro Academy here back in October of last year. And we had some of the biggest names in the e-commerce industry. Some you may not be familiar with, but if you're around the industry, you may be familiar with it. I definitely know that a lot of you know Kevin Harrington, who had come and sponsored part of our training. He had a little Shark Tank thing we did, which was awesome. But we've got some of the biggest names in e-commerce on here. The first day was about information. The second day was more training. We've got the people from Viral Style here. We've got the Pixel Whisperer for Facebook traffic. We've got the lady who does just about the best email marketing in the world. We've got an ex-con who turned into an e-com expert and makes $5 million a year. He got out of prison, started learning how to do e-commerce, just a fantastic, down-to-earth, wonderful man, family man, and has turned his life around through the power of e-commerce. And then we've got Josh Kent, who is founder of Sunfrog. He was able to generate $100 million in sales in his first year in e-commerce under the Sunfrog shirts brand, which is absolutely cool. And then day 3, we actually get into a bunch of workshop training that you get access to that teaches you how to build an e-commerce private label business using jewelry. Now, jewelry is an enormous opportunity to sell online. It is a physical product, and you're able to go in and see and learn exactly what they did in all the detail, from setting it up to watching it be configured to doing it yourself through the walk-alongs, that teach you basically how to go through at an advanced level of setting up what's called Shopify store, which is an e-commerce store. I'll tell you about that in a little more in a second. And being able to take traffic from Facebook, okay, not just for the purpose of sharing animal pictures and watching cat meme videos, but actually being able to put ads on Facebook and accessing the 2 billion people that show up a day on Facebook and being able to get them to buy your products. Okay, very cool stuff. It starts with the jewelry and ends here on day 3 with you understanding how to basically build a drop ship business using custom jewelry that you design and you sell on Facebook. It's really a cool program. And there's a lot of people who've had a lot of success selling that jewelry in there, okay? So The next one is software. All right, software is huge online. Software does a lot of different things. In this instance, we have a software called iPN Inspector. It is what's called a software as a service. So once upon a time, we used to take data from a lot of different locations within Amazon and others, and we used to compile that data from pricing to reviews to comparative products. We tackled about 50 to 100 different data points in which I had virtual assistants, people who worked for me all over the world, compiling this data and pulling it together. Well, it's a lot of data, especially when you're in the research market, okay? And when you're trying to determine good selling products. And it is also difficult at times to disseminate what is a good selling point, what's a good product feature, what's a comparable, what are other ideas that I can source. And that was part of what we had trained our virtual assistants to do. Well, as we continued to grow and grow and grow, this became a little bit more difficult. So what we did is we invented a software called iPN Inspector to basically do that process in minutes to seconds, what used to take hours to days, right? We just got big enough that we needed to do this. So we created this tool and we shared it, and now we have about 15,000 customers that use this tool on a daily basis to help basically power their product sourcing. So let's say we're going to be searching for pet supplies on Amazon as a product potential that we might sell in some capacity, whether it's through Amazon, whether we sell it on our own website, whether we sell it on Shopify, whether we put it up on eBay. It's a product we want to sell. Now, it would have taken hours to days to go through and compile all this different types of information to help me understand the opportunity of a product for pet supplies, okay? So let's just come in here for a second, and we're going to do a pet supply. So we're going to do, I don't know, dog bones, okay. Lots of different dog bones. Let's say I want to look for a dog treat. I want to sell a dog bone, dog treat. Okay, so we're looking through here, right? Amazon's got tons of results, 400 pages with 17 different listings on each page. By the way, just in case you're not aware, there are over 450 million product opportunities on Amazon. There are just so many. And that means opportunity, just in case you're aware. That means opportunity. So we have these products and we're saying, what is it that we want to sell? Well, with the tool where basically iPN is able to go out, compile that result, come back in a matter of seconds, and return all of this data at a glance. This is extremely powerful because remember, this used to take days to get back from different VAs. So it's able to go out there through the power of our servers, pull in information, and I can quickly see, all right, there's a product that's making over 16,000 a month. There's a product making over 21,000 a month. All right, we got some decent product opportunities here to take a look at, right? And this is what's really cool. So let's say, okay, this product, where to go, 21,000, what are they selling? They're selling a chew bone, a bacon flavored chew bone. Oh my gosh, like bacon flavored everything, man, from ice cream to all kinds of stuff these days. So we can actually see that it's moving a good amount of units. Its estimated sales a month are about 1,800 units are being moved, generating about $21,000 in revenue. It does have a lot of reviews. It's got a decent rating. We would normally say anything above 4.5 is going to have a really good rating. Okay, it's a product that's really liked. This is really liked. This one at 4.7 is really liked, meaning that people are leaving good reviews. We're going to look over and see what kind of price points people have got on them. You know, $11.95 is a bit low for this kind of product. We typically want you to sell something in the $15, $25 or more in order to be able to process the fees that Amazon gives you, because right here, Amazon is going to take some money to help you sell. And as I hover over this, you can see what the estimated fees are going to cost for me to sell that product, okay, on Amazon. And then we got a number of actions. I don't want to go through all these because this is a lot, but I just basically want to cover the ideas real quick that you can go to multiple places in a glance and source this product in a drop ship model before you move it to a private label. So you can quickly go to places like AliExpress and Alibaba, which are two big sourcers of products for those of you who are not familiar. AliExpress can give you, 1 unit, 2 unit kind of deal. And they could be shipped sometimes from the US, but a lot of times from China or overseas. And Alibaba is going to be a little bit bigger quantities. They're going to have what's usually called an MOQ, or a minimum order quantity, meaning you've got to buy at least a couple hundred or more units before they're going to ship it to you. And that's where you would a lot of times go to get your private label products. But as you can see at a glance, we can jump and determine this product at any one of those locations. I'm not going to, again, go through all this because there's a lot of data, but at a glance, there's a lot of different data from, net payout options to comparing with your competitors, to seeing what kind of keywords are selling on Amazon, to what other products are they buying together. Here's one real quick that can kind of help you out. We're going to look real quick and see what are the other products that they're buying with this. It looks like they're not buying any other products. They're buying just that one. Cool. So we can look over here and we can see the different variations, which means colors, sizes, shapes, textures. Those are all variations. Or we can check and see, okay, who's selling and how many do they have on hand? So could I compete with this product and the sellers that are on it, and how many do they actually have? So right there at a glance, guys, you don't realize how much time it used to take for us to compile that data. And right there, I can get it at a glance, right? Boom, just right in front of me. A lot of good analytical data, and you can see this goes on. And if I want to get more data, I can just pump this thing up to 40 pages or more, and it's going to pull down just result after result after result. So much data. I can export it into whatever format I want to export, take that data, manipulate it somewhere else. I can plug in my own numbers on the Amazon Done For You. Say I've got a whole list of SKUs and I want to check it. Well, you send it over here, our servers compile it all, and then emails you a report. Pretty cool stuff, right? So there's just so much this tool has done to help us find products, look for products, go wide on products, come up with new ideas that we've never thought about before. And so as part of this iPro network, ASIN Inspector is one of the opportunities you have, right, with sourcing products. It's a tool you can download and install, and you're able to look and source products, okay? One of the other opportunities in there. All right, I know I'm talking fast, folks. I don't want to spend all your time this afternoon going through this, but I definitely want to cover these so you understand. And I'll get to some of the questions. I see them coming through, so I'll address some of those here in just a minute with you guys. So that's kind of Amazon. The ASIN and some of the things we were talking about on the arbitrage. Now, some of that can be done on other platforms and stuff like Shopify. We talked about eBay. Clearly, we've talked about Amazon. Shopify is a very cool product. Okay, now it is not our product. It is a actual company out of New York called Shopify, where you're able to host an e-commerce store. All right, so you don't need a website. They have a website for you. You don't need to be able to take credit cards. They take credit cards for you. You don't need to be able to build a shopping cart. They have one for you. You don't need to be able to manage the products. The products are managed in the software. You pay a monthly fee, and you're able to put your own web store online, okay? Now, with eCommerce, you're taught how to do that. You're also taught how to source different types of products from places like AliExpress and other areas. You're taught how to build your own e-commerce storefront, how you're able to leverage the amazing power and accessibility of data and ads from Facebook, as well as email, okay? And how you're able to take that together and build yourself an e-commerce empire. So in eCommerce, you're able to go in and watch over 80 different videos that teach you how to do this from the very beginning to more advanced techniques. There's the beginning videos here that teach you basically how to get started with the power of Shopify and paid traffic. We have a number of different things over here, from toolbox to training to different opportunities to help you get discounts on some of this thing as you get up and going, because we know that not wanting to start with a lot of capital is the second thing people ask us to after they say, what is it that we sell? So we overcall that as well. So there is the Raspberry Jam portion of this. So let's back up real quick. Strawberry Jam does teach you about the Shopify portion, how to get your store online, how to configure it correctly and what it is, and how do you get all powered up and ready to start selling your own physical products, okay? You're able to go to Raspberry Jam, which is going to teach you how to do a lot of the sourcing, okay? Which is going to teach you, what kind of products, selling products, how to use AliExpress to find decent products you want to sell. What's a good vendor look like? How do I buy the product for them? Can I even negotiate pricing to make sure I get a good deal? How do I scale this to something that's real? Now you're saying, okay, so what does that mean? Scaling means growing your business, okay, as we call the term scaling. What does that look like? I have people that make part-time income at $5,000 a month they take home from their store, and they're very happy about that, and they're very good. I've got other people that do over $1 million a month in this model right here, selling physical products on Shopify and running traffic, okay, getting their eyeballs and ads from Facebook. Because there's over 2 billion people that visit Facebook. It's insane. There's so much traffic. And there's so many ways to put your ads in front of people, from how they buy to what they purchase. And all of you who are on Facebook should be just a little freaked out about the power we have as marketers to actually target, you who like dogs, who are, guys in their 30s, right? Who maybe live in, North Carolina. The power to get right, that targeted ad right in front of somebody is extremely powerful, right? So all the videos are on here completely to show you from sourcing to modules to the actual ads themselves, which actually teaches you the power of going in, okay? And a lot of content is in here, folks, a lot of content, and more content is being added all the time. So please don't feel like you're missing, content for some reason, because there is a lot. And I really just want to challenge you to get in and start consuming this. For those of you who are involved in getting this product already from the iPro network, you need to consume it, set down time, be purposeful, put it on your calendar, schedule the time to do it, right? Go through it and really learn it, because it's extremely, extremely powerful. For those of you who think email may be dying, email is still huge, okay? I know marketers who make more from the email follow-ups on their e-commerce stores than they do on the e-commerce stores themselves. So the e-commerce stores become a place, and a couple of guys I know do this, to lower the cost so they get their ads to get the product purchasing, but then they make a killing on people who buy from the email, okay? Who follow their product, follow their brand, and want to see the product from them and are very eager to buy it when it shows up. We teach you how to go all the way through the setup, where to go set it up, how to set it up, best practices to set it up, even a 3-day promo formula that's built from us that you guys can start using, that's already proven. We use it in our stores, right? So everything is right here in front of you. And then we got some bonus stuff to talk about some traffic. Some of our good friends here that are experts in their field of scaling, in their strategies, from advanced conversion tactics to bonus email marketing content with Laura, who's an expert on email marketing and tracking correctly if you do Google traffic, okay, which is Demetrius, okay, fantastic bit of information and expertise in there. And all of that is available in the eCom Jam for you guys to consume and go rockin', right? So much information in there. All right, still with me? Everybody still with me in here? Hopefully you're still with me. I'm seeing some comments coming, so it looks like you guys are still in there. All right. So there's a couple of questions. I'll get to those. Well, actually, let me get to those real quick. In terms of Blueprint, everybody in the Blueprint is a VIP. Okay, so there was a little bit of concern that whether or not you were a VIP or not a VIP, because the videos had some language in there. And at the end of the day, everyone who goes and joins Ecom Product Blueprint is a VIP, has access to all the VIP information. If it references your ability to get a lot or products, opportunities that we might have that you could potentially look at, contact the live chat and they'll help you with that. Very simple, okay? So all of that information is in there, definitely. Let's see, other questions. ASIN Inspector is coming. I don't know if it's gonna be out this week, but you should see links showing up in your dashboard shortly, because we're gonna start putting them into the dashboard in the back office, which will make it a lot easier for you guys to get access to those and then get re-access to them when you do it. All right, so the last thing here, we talked a little bit about, I'm only gonna touch base on it today because it's coming, but it's ePrint Direct, and that is basically being able to do direct mailing, postcards, banners. There's just so much, my mind's going like 100 miles an hour. There are business cards, brochures, flyers, print signs, banners, anything you wanna print. If you've ever printed on Vistaprint, Moo, Uprint, any of these places, you're familiar with purchasing your printing online. As business owners, a lot of us understand that. We know what the opportunity is, but one thing that's potentially missing here is the execution. Now, when I asked this question at the event, I said, what's the one thing holding everyone up from using printing as a part of their business, as a part of making money, as a part of opportunity for themselves, for their company? Can any of you guess what that was? Can anybody guess what the response was? What's the thing holding you back about using more printed materials in your business, in your personal life? here it comes, cost, right? Cost, cost, cost. That's what I'm seeing flying in on the, and it is the cost. That is the number one thing. So what we have done with ePrint Direct is we built a Vistaprint, okay, for ePrint Direct. We have the same printers that they use called trade printers, but we've gone direct, meaning we are able to get the print with no markup. So how does that work? Well, we give you a membership opportunity like a Sam's Club or a Costco wholesale membership. With that membership, you are able to get your printing with zero markup. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that if you want to print 1,000 business cards, you would go to Vistaprint. It cost you $58 at the end of the day. And by the time you actually made it through the shopping cart thinking it was going to cost you the $9.95 or whatever, you give up when you figure out it's $58. You've been doing it for the last 40 minutes and you're frustrated. So what do? You go ahead and buy it anyways. With us, that same 1,000 cards is $9.50 because you're only paying for the cost of those cards. Front and back, full color, printed and delivered in 2 days. Anything you get printed can show up in 2 days or less in the United States and can be used in any of your marketing materials. So, for example, if you were to buy 20,000 flyers you want to send out to businesses, let me ask you this question. Let me go this way. If you could reach 20,000 people interested in this opportunity, iPro Network or in your downline, and you could reach 20,000 people, 20,000 businesses, 20,000 contacts, what do you think that might cost you in order to get that done? What do you think that might actually cost? Let's get some numbers back here. What do you think it would take for you to reach 20,000 people that you wanted to present with the offer, whether you're going to get them to call you or email you or go to a website? You're going to send them something in the mail, a 9x6, a 4x, a flyer, something in the mail, a survey. I'm getting 10,000. I'm getting $100, at least 2,500, 5,000. Okay. A lot, 25, 5,000, 500. What if it cost you $800? Everybody's like, what if it cost you $800 to actually print high quality color? You get to design it. You get to do it from the website. You get to click the button, pick out your zip code, pick out the people. Any door direct from the US Post Office comes in about 8 cents per flyer, and you can ship it right from there, upload your contacts, and off you go. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Nope, I'm not joking. So what would have cost you $3,800 from Vistaprint, cost $800 from ePrint Direct because you're going to get a membership. The memberships are going to be opportunities at lifetime. So you can basically get print for your business at a lifetime. You can send out, you can do all kinds of things with ePrint Direct. That's about as much as I want to go there because you guys get the concept. This is a huge thing coming. We're very excited to be able to talk about it because it's going to mean a lot to those in the network marketing and even the e-commerce. So getting eyeballs on your offer, as we refer to it, we talked about Facebook traffic, which is one way to get people to view your physical products. But what if you could reach the fastest growing demographic of people who are actually purchasing off print materials, right? So just to clarify something, that was $800 for one cost at 20,000 flyers, okay? 20,000 printed high quality flyers for $800. I know it's insane, it's hard to believe, but we'll tell you about it. So back to the question, what if you could reach 20,000 of those people? What if you could do it in no time whatsoever? That's the opportunity that ePrint Direct is going to offer. Real excited about what it's going to do. Real excited to share that opportunity with you guys. So this is the suite of e-commerce tools. You can see the variety. At any point, any one of these intersect with each other. They are all focused on e-commerce. They can all be scaled from arbitrage beginner status to, making $100, $50 in profit for arbitrage products, to growing a branded empire of physical private label products you sell, whether you start out on Amazon or whether you do something on the Shopify side. The training is there to give you everything you need to do. You're able to get involved in the print side of things. If you want to do print marketing, if you want to get eyeballs on your offer by sending out, your website to a bunch of people who can take a look, right? Because direct mail still converts at between 1 and 1.5%. It has for the last 20 years. And that largest demographic I was just talking about is the millennial generation, okay? Who is into cryptocurrency right now? Who is into alternative, who is into, a little bit outside the box, a little bit outside of the way things are running in our country. It's the millennials, and they are the fastest growing demographic of buyers from print materials. I have guys who do nothing but send out print materials to that demographic, send them links to their website, and they buy t-shirts and other things off their website for the millennial generation. And they're doing 6 figures a month doing that. And that's what they do. So there is so much information here, guys. I'm talking really fast. I've been going here pretty quick. I'm going to slow down here just a little bit and see if I can answer some questions. Mario, if I missed some questions, man, help me out here so I can make sure I answer things for people here if I'm missing something. Yeah, so there's a question about charitable organizations and printing. Yes, we do have discounts. If you prove that you're a 503c, you can get any of the packages for half off. And that we're going to talk with that on the iPro side. We're going to go backwards here for a second on that, and we'll talk about where that's going to come out. I'm going to let the iPro network tell you about that when it's available. But yes, there's opportunities for charitable organizations, absolutely. Where were some of the other questions that we got going on here? Stores from China, Manuel asked. Yeah, stores from China, I think is what you're referring to is, are you buying products from China? I think that might have been the question. I might be able to answer that. Yes, you are buying products from China, but there are ways that we show you in the training to get products from the US, which can ship in only a couple of days, right? But when you're setting the right expectations with customers, I know quite a few people who run e-commerce stores where product is shipped from China, okay? They do the processing and the quality in China, and the product is shipped to their customers. Now the print thing is separate, it's coming. Yeah, there'll be a recording. If I had a couple of questions in here about recording, yes, there's a recording. I hit the recording button. So someone's gonna get the recording and we'll make sure it'll be posted. I'm gonna say in the back office somewhere, it's gonna be made available. Don't worry about that. For those who couldn't watch it, there will be a recording. So what I really wanted to do, guys, here is just get an opportunity to talk a little more in detail about what these are, what they're doing. Again, it's e-commerce. And if you see these, you see the different ways and the different power e-commerce can be done at whatever scale and capacity you either want to start or grow as an opportunity. We've been very blessed to be a part of the iPro Network venture. I'm very excited to be here and be a part of this with you guys and be able to share this with you today. So I'm not seeing a lot of other questions too specifically here. Some dropping, yeah, there is drop shipping capabilities from the US. That was a question. Absolutely. You'll learn how to do drop shipping, and then where you source the product from can vary. It can vary from Canada to Mexico to, we've done stuff from India. You can do it from China, wherever you source the product from, and whatever quality vendor you source it from can come from all over around the world, which is very, very cool. So ESN Inspector, people are asking a little bit more about ESN Inspector. So in essence, it's an aggregate data consumption tool, okay? It's giving you real-time, at a glance, the products that are currently selling on Amazon. So we were on Amazon. We did a search for dog bones. Okay, there's you could do a search for tennis balls. You could do a search for fidget spinners. You could, whatever you think of, right? You can go into the today's deals and just look for product ideas to search on, okay? So what it's gonna do is in this setting where I'm actually looking at what are called the search results, there are a bunch of different products on this page, about 17 usually, 17 to 20, depending upon how Amazon does it. And then as you can see down here, there are over 400 of these pages on Amazon. Now, what does that mean? Opportunity. Don't let that fool you guys. That means opportunity. No doubt about it. It means there's a lot of pet supplies being sold on Amazon. So if I want to determine what's a good selling type of product, right? And I'm answering the question that was asked a minute ago about going a little farther with ASIN Inspector. So I'm going to do that real quick. Then I want to look at the products. I want to understand what's going on. If I want to look at the product as a whole, like what I'm looking at here is dog bones, then I clicked the little button right here, and I see all of those products returned right in front of me, just like that. And actually I saw 24 of them returned, okay? And what I see there is a difference in selling. I see a difference in what's called their best selling rank. And what it means is the lower you go, the more you typically sell on Amazon, okay? So ranks of 10,000 don't sell as much. as ranks of 175 in categories. Okay, the closer to 0 you go, the more people are buying your product. As you can see here, they got 1,890 units estimated per month based on their sales, and they're pulling in over 16,000 in revenue, gross revenues, on this product. Okay, net revenues will obviously be a little bit different because you do have to factor in the cost of the product, and you do have to figure in the fulfillment by Amazon fees. Now, FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, let me cover that real quick because some of you might not know what that means. Real simply, it means Amazon holds your product in their warehouse. They fulfill it. They handle the customer service. They handle the merchandising. They handle the merchandising. They handle the return of the product. In many instances, they handle the customer, which keeps you kind of out of it, making it very simple, meaning you can run a lot of Amazon businesses we have with minimal hours of work once they're up and running. Very, very cool stuff. So at a glance, I get all this really great data. So let's say I wanted to look at this product. I can simply come over here in one click. I can pull open based on the title, which sometimes is a lot of data, but I can pull open, okay, chicken products, and I can quickly go to what's called Alibaba.com, which is a sourcing from global products. And I can start looking through here and determining, is there any opportunities for products that match this particular product that we were looking at right here that I may be able to private label and sell myself, right? So my own product, pretty cool, right? So that's a lot of data, but the idea is to quickly determine if there are product opportunities. Can I sell a product like it? How much money am I going to sell, or make selling that product? And the beauty of it is you can run an Amazon shop anywhere in the world, and ASIN Inspector can be used anywhere in the world as well, in any of the marketplaces that are being sold, and you can sell product all over the place, right? Very, very cool stuff. All right. Is it okay to operate from the UK? Absolutely. Got students, people, businesses running all over the world. So what the beauty of an e-commerce business is you can go anywhere, be anywhere, do anything, right? Let's see. Somebody said, thank you. Tell Katie we're so proud of her for raising such a good husband. Thank you very much. I will tell her you said that. She will get a kick out of that. So if you have any questions about accessing the product, say you already purchased it, you can go to support, hit the live chat, open a ticket, and the team will be happy to help you get that. So if you did purchase and you have issues accessing for whatever reason, please contact support and someone in the back office can help you do that, right? If you don't have access, that's probably why, is that it just, for some reason, it may not be in your back office, right? So, someone's asking how often you get paid. Now, in a different type of model, a lot of times in the drop shipping world, James, you're asking about how often do you get paid. With the beauty of drop shipping is that you get paid first. So I take the money from the customer, and then I purchase the product and ship it to the customer. So I'm in charge of the finance, which is really cool. So I get paid up front, then I buy the product and ship it to the customer. I get the cash first. That's one of the best parts about doing e-commerce, right? All right, a lot of different questions coming on a lot of different areas. The different pricing structures and stuff is available in the back office. I can't answer all of that because, again, I'm not 100% iPN pro. I am more of the vendor side here, so I can't answer some of these questions. So forgive me. Perhaps they can get answered at another time. There should be a replay, absolutely. Depending upon, okay, payment processors, good question. If you're selling on Amazon, Amazon becomes your payment processor. Okay, so if I'm selling this product, let's say this is my brand. When someone comes to purchase, Amazon handles the purchasing for me, ships that product to my customer, and I get a profit from that. They take their fee, and I get paid every 2 weeks from Amazon, direct deposited to my business account. Really relatively simple. So the tactics of selling and everything are in there to help teach you guys how to do that. Absolutely. Now, if you're selling on Shopify in BlackBerry Jam, when you learn how to sell with Shopify, they actually have a payment processing built into their platform where you take the money from the customer first, you get paid within a day, it reconciles, and then you can go ahead and buy your product because the money's coming in and ship it to your customer. So that's really pretty cool because that's all built into it, right? All right, folks, so I've been going a lot longer than the original 30 minutes because I know there's just so much wonderful information and I've been going 100 miles an hour, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop this for now so it doesn't get to be too long. Hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions. I don't know, Mario, if you got anything else you want to cover, bro.
No,
But
thank
I'm
you
probably
so
going to
much.
stop now before we keep going for another hour.
Neil, I want to tell you thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm sitting here, I'm blown away. I'm getting text messages from people. They are just jaw dropped just watching this information. There comes another one in as we speak. But wow, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do this. For those of you guys that are asking, yes, this will be recorded, and we're going to get it over to the leadership team, and I would anticipate that probably you'd be able to find it on my IPN HQ soon. But otherwise, with that, everybody, thank you so much. Neil, thank you again. And everyone, have a great day. God bless you.